Welcome to Indiana High School basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, Nepco, Crane and Equipment Services, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. The Coca-Cola pregame show with Mitch Columbi is next.
Here's a three in the corner on the way! Yes! Yes! Big time three at a big time moment.
5 Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 Stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5 Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5 Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Top of the key for three! Splash! Big time three. Here comes Vice driving inside. Stolen. Picked up by Samantha Marks. Oh, man, he made it happen!
Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here is the voice of KVB's WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
The new era continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, the Winamac Lady Warriors host the North White Lady Vikings. This is Indiana High School basketball. With us tonight, down on the sidelines, providing us with all the inside information, Justin Ruff. With me in the booth, sports analyst Terry Minix. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is KVB's WKVI Sports. Welcome you to Warrior Gymnasium in Winamac, Indiana, 46996. We are back for more as we are set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. As we get ready for our third basketball broadcast of the season, we haven't seen either of these teams in action yet, so let's dive in together. When we look at the away team tonight, North White is led by Brian Heimlich in his 10th season as the head coach. The Lady Vikings started their 2023-2024 season at home against North Miami and fell 48-21. Last Friday, they took on Caston at home and lost 57-15. On Tuesday of this week, they traveled to Carroll for their first away game of the year and lost 66-12. The Lady Vikings come into tonight searching for their first win of the year at 0-3. Leading this team in the scoring department department is Autumn Reifs, averaging 8 points per game so far to start the year. Morgan Carter is right behind her, averaging 5 per game. Leading in rebounds for the Lady Vikings is Autumn Reif, averaging 7.5 boards per game. She also leads the team in steals with 2 snags a game. Abigail Tribbett leads the team in assists, providing 1 per game up to this point, as we now turn to two-time Indiana High School basketball state champion head coach Terry Menix. How are you, Coach?
Doing good. Another great day, getting ready for some good basketball here again tonight.
Absolutely. It's the third week of the season. Is it still too early to tell what these teams will look like, or is it by now you want to see things rolling?
Well, I think it's still a little early, but, I would give them 5 or 6 games, especially with when they lost a lot of good depth from last year, and they're coming in with some new players this year. It's going to take a little bit. So 5 or 6 games, I think they'll be ready to roll.
Well, we're getting to that point, as with us tonight is our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff. We are so excited to be adding another piece to the fantastic puzzle we have put together here on WKVI. Justin is going to be giving us updates and inside access to what the coaches and teams are trying to do in terms of adjustments during the game, as well as insightful reports from the floor. Justin, I know you went to Winamac and coached here as well. What's it feel like to be back in Warrior Gymnasium tonight?
Oh, it's always great, Mitch. Lots of memories, not only as a player, but as a coach as well. Every time you come in here, it's special.
Well, we're excited to have you. It looks like the sideline mic is working as of now.
So far.
So far. Wait until I get moving, Mitch.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll let you get back to work as he's on the sidelines getting all the inside information, talking with coaches, officials, making sure we know exactly everything that's going on tonight as we turn the page and look at the Lady Warriors of Winamac, Indiana. Head coach Tony Stesiak enters his second season leading the girls program. The Lady Warriors had a tough season last year, going 4-20. But this year, they started their 2023-2024 season on the road against Frontier and won 53-22. Their second performance was on November 7th last week, where they hosted Westville for their first home game and fell in a tight one, 53-50. Last Friday, they traveled to Argus to take on the Lady Dragons and won in a close one, 57-55. This past Saturday, they hosted Caston and fell 47-33. And then this past Tuesday, they hosted the Lady Cavs of Culver and won 47-33. In just the first 5 games of the year, Coach Stesiak has already led his team to 3 wins, where last year, like I just mentioned a moment ago, they only won 4 the entire season. Stesiak is, of course, an Indiana High School basketball state champion that coached for many years at Rochester. After a tough first year at Winamac, it looks like the work his team has put in over the summer is already paying off, and it looks like 4 wins won't be all the Lady Warriors of Winamac get this year. Leading the Lady Warriors in the scoring department is Piper Link, averaging 10.2 points per game. Right behind her is Sadie Popejoy, averaging 10, and then Marissa Iverson rounds out the top 3, averaging 9 points a game. Leading the team in rebounds is Piper Link, averaging 6.4 boards per game. Maggie Smith leads the team in steals, averaging 3.6 snags through the first 5 games. And leading the team in assists right now is Candace Croft, averaging 3.8 per game. As that is a quick look at what the Lady Warriors have done to start their season. Coach, when you come back for year 2 after laying the foundation, what expectations would you have coming into this season for the Lady Warriors?
Well, the thing is, he had a lot of young talent. You got some kids that understand what Tony's wanting right now. And the nice thing about this game tonight, Mitch, is you got 2 very experienced coaches. Helmut's got like 10 years, and Tony's been around, like you say, and won a state championship. So these kids know exactly what these coaches want, and sometimes they can't always do it. Yeah. But the coaches are going to get them going where they need to by the end of the year anyway.
Well, Justin, I know you have most likely coached some of these girls before. What is something out of this group of girls you can share with us?
Well, I mean, it's a great group of girls, and like you said, Coach, he's doing a great job getting these kids to buy into what he's trying to do. I mean, he's done it before, right? I mean, he's won a state title at Rochester, multiple sectional titles, so he knows what he's doing. These girls, I was with them during the summertime, and that's when they started to buy in. And now it's just looking prettier and prettier, especially what we're in 5 games in now to the season. Yeah. It's going to just continue to keep being good.
Well, we are expecting a great evening of IHSAA girls basketball action as we appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show, refreshing the world, making a difference. We are going to take a break and come back after a word from our sponsors as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Thank you to my good friend John Thompson. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on KVB's WKVI. We are lucky to say no injuries to report tonight, as that is your Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report. Stay tuned as we will hear from Brian Heimlich of the Lady Vikings and Tony Stesiak of the Lady Warriors after the break in the KVB Coaches Corner. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
It's time to hear from the coaches in the KVB Coaches Corner. Here's Mitch Columbi.
I'm here with head coach of the North White Lady Vikings basketball team, Brian Heimlich. Coach, you're coming into this matchup with the Winamac Lady Warriors. What do you know about them?
Well, I mean, I think they've started off the year pretty well. They got some young kids that have come in. The Pope Joy girl has played really well for them, and then they got some experienced girls as well. With the Croft being a sophomore, I know she's just a sophomore, but she played a lot last year, and then Smith and Link being seniors. They've got a nice mix, and they play hard. That's what I've noticed is they play hard and they're scrappy, and we just got to be ready for that.
Is there anything in particular that you have to see on the court tonight from your girls?
We just want to be able to compete. We've faced some tough competition here to start the season, and we felt like we haven't competed hard. In all those games for 32 minutes. We're very young this year and inexperienced, and we just want to see that competitiveness from them.
Message to Viking Nation who may be listening.
Just great support from them all the time, and hopefully we can continue that. So, thanks.
Coach, appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
All right, I'm here with head coach of the Winamac Lady Warriors, Tony Stesiak. In his second year here at Winamac. Coach, we talked last year, a lot of away games, so I was really glad early on in the season we were able to schedule a home game for you here at Winamac. You're going up against North White. What can you tell us you know about them?
Well, it's a different North White team than maybe area fans have expected the last 4 years. They had a nice run of some sectional champions here, and then last year was kind of the last few seniors from that run, and they were still pretty decent last year. They knocked us off in a close one at their place. So it's a little bit of, they sort of remind me maybe where we were last year with some new faces, particularly at the varsity level, and trying to mesh and figure some things out. They've had a rough schedule. They've played Caston and Carroll. It's not easy teams to play against. We obviously know about Caston, but that's a tough schedule for a young team. But Coach Heimlich's been around a long time. He knows what he's doing. They'll be really good by the end of the year, and they could be good tonight. It's fickle and it's fleeting how much success and failure can turn in a hurry sometimes in high school sports. But, they know his system. It's 2-3 zone, pack it in, likes to play deliberate, likes to get you sort of in a low-scoring game, and then hope they usually pull those things out at the end. But our challenge tonight is to not let them do that.
What is it that you have to see out onto the court? Anything in particular from your girls that you're looking to see?
Probably continue to do what we do, which is try to get up and down, mix defenses, run when we can. Kind of mix and match lineups. It's been nice this year. We have some options both offensively and defensively, and with lineups. We're not stuck with any one lineup. We're not stuck with any one defense, any one offense. It's been kind of neat this year with the year experience under everybody's belt in what we want to do, that we have different things. So sometimes somebody can have the hot hand for a quarter and then maybe they struggle, and we can look at some different things, and that's been nice. So can we play with tempo? Can we have effort? People said they appreciated how hard we play. I think we played hard last year. We're trying to push that even more. Experience helps with that. When the ball goes in the bucket, it always makes it seem like you're playing harder too. So we've done a better job of that this year. Offense is more consistent. We've kept our turnovers down for the most part. It crept up a little bit the other night against Caston, but that's a really good defensive team. But overall, our numbers have been way down in turnovers, which is good, and we've been forcing more, which has helped us to get some more wins this year.
Message to Warrior Nation tonight who may be listening.
Thanks for the support. Hopefully you're listening while you're watching the game here in the gym. And hopefully this is a team you can be proud of, and they're growing up and growing fast right before our eyes. We've come a long way, not just since last year, but since this season started. It's a fun group to watch, and we need your support, and we're thankful for what we've gotten so far.
Coach, as always, appreciate your time. Go get them tonight.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate you guys being here.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out, because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Time now for the keys to the game. Sponsored by the Auto Park, with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
All right, as we get set for Indiana high school girls basketball action, what are your keys to the game as a North White Lady Viking, Terry?
Well, the big thing is take care of the basketball. I mean, they're going to get the pressure from this Winamac team, and they're probably a little more inferior, better, so they're going to have to just take care of the basketball and don't turn it over and get shots off.
Now we flip sides. If you are the head coach of Winamac, what are your keys to the game?
Have to get off to a good start. When you're playing a team that's struggling a little bit, you don't want them to hang around much, so the main thing is get off to that good start, put them away early, never give them the idea that they can hang with you.
That's our keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park, with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Go ahead, sit back, pop open an ice-cold Coke and chill. The Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our KVB starting lineups are next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible healthcare experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
Puts up a floater! Oh my gosh! High off the glass!
Now it's time for the KVB starting lineups.
For the Lady Vikings of North White from Monon, Indiana. Starting at point guard is Sable George. At the 2 is Morgan Carter. Starting at small forward is Maddie Westerhouse. At the 4 is Kaylin Applegate. And at the 5 is Autumn Wright. For the Lady Warriors of Winamac, Indiana, starting at point guard is Candace Croft. At the 2 is Maggie Smith. Starting at the 3 is Sadie Pope-Joy. At the 4 is Lily Bennett. And at the 5 is Piper Link. That is our KVB starting lineups as we will be back to get set for tip-off. Hey, you are listening to KVB's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
The tradition continues with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
From Warrior Gymnasium in Winamac, Indiana, welcome to Game 3 of our Indiana high school basketball season between the Winamac Lady Warriors and the North White Lady Vikings. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. We also want to let you know Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WYMR will always be there too. Join the boss, Tony Ross, on Max 98.3 FM every day as well for even more content involving your area. Between WYMR and WKVI, Kankakee Valley Broadcasting has you covered. Hey, don't hesitate to follow us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. You can listen to us on your phone. Just go to one of our social media sites I mentioned and tap the link on our page. No excuses. We are literally in the palm of your hand. Well, we are proud to let you know the PA announcer tonight at Warrior Gymnasium is Connor Jones. The clock operator is Don Howe Jr. The scorekeeper is Lori Wentz. Our officials for this evening are Mike Harlow, Mark LeBeau, and Jamie Myers. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play on the hardwood, we are honored to have sports analyst Terry Minix up here with me in the KVB booth. And down on the sidelines, we have sideline reporter Justin Ruff. We look around our other area teams here, Coach, and see the Culver Lady Cavaliers sitting at 2-3 on the season. They are on the road against Elkhart Christian tonight. What do you think transpires in that game?
That should be a good battle, actually. That's two probably pretty evenly matched teams, but, you know, it's always tough to play on the road. But would not surprise me if Culver can get away with a win there.
The North Judson St. Pierre Lady Blue Jays are 2-2 right now to start the 2023-2024 season. They host Couts in the Nest. I had to think of the name of the place. What happens in the Nest tonight?
Well, I think that's another one that's pretty even. I mean, I know Couts played Knox and went in overtime, and Judson's had some good games and had some tough ones against the Rensselaer. But for the most part, if I had to guess, I would give the nod to the Blue Jays tonight.
The Tri-Township Lady Tigers started their season off strong. 4-0 right now, undefeated. They're on the road at Ileana Christian. Do the Lady Tigers continue the winning ways?
Oh, for sure. That'll be over by halftime.
Wow. Well, big time. Head coach Chris McGowan, he's got those girls in shape this year.
He's got a nice group of girls, and I think good things can happen for Tri-Township this year. As long you never know with injuries and all kinds of things. When you don't have tons of players. So for the most part, though, they're one of the better teams in the area.
Well, we're standing by and awaiting the national anthem. I'll get ready to turn things over to our PA announcer, Connor Jones, here in just a moment. As we are so excited to be bringing you this broadcast tonight, we remind you it is brought to you in part by NEPCO Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Time out for our national anthem. Every morning, join Rich Wallen on the WKVI Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central. Catch local news as well for our area with Kankakee Valley Broadcasting News Director Anita Gooden, who covers news on WYMR and WKVI. Catch our stories on WKVI.com and Max983.net to stay up to speed in your local area. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for Indiana High School girls basketball from Winamac, Indiana. Tonight's tip-off is brought to you by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac. We also appreciate them being the sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week Award given out each week on the Saturday Sports Line, the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. Well, they doused the lights here for the starting lineups for the Winamac Lady Warriors. Let's go ahead and bring in our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff. Justin, you kind of made a comment to me. You sent me a text about Candace Croft. Why don't you share that inside information you brought forth?
Absolutely, Mitch. The last game, I do believe it was against Culver. She landed on the wrist awkwardly, but, x-rays were good. Right now, she's looking like she's flowing with the lights off. She looked good in warm-ups. I think it's just a little bit bruised, a little bit awkward at first, but she's a hooper, Mitch. So she'll fight through it, and she'll play good tonight.
That's our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff, getting all the inside information down on the floor, talking with coaches and officials, making sure that we can bring you a first-class broadcast here tonight. I like having a sideline reporter, not going to lie, Terry. It's kind of fun.
It's kind of big time, isn't it?
It's kind of big time, man. We are moving up in the. What'd you say last season? You said we're moving up in the world.
We're like George Jefferson.
Yeah, there it is.
George Jefferson. We're moving on up.
So we are set to go as the tip is up and away, and North White will control the possession first. Bringing it across the timeline is number 21, Sable George. She kicks it over to Kaylin Applegate. They try to get it inside, and the Warriors steal it for the first turnover for North White. So here come the Warriors down on the other side of the court. Inside, it looked like Maggie Smith, who popped it from 13, no good. Rebounded the North White Lady Vikings, and here they come, stolen right back. Another turnover, big-time steal for the Lady Warriors inside. Number 1, Piper Link. Then they fight it over to number 12, Sadie Popejoy, and the energy is here. The Lady Warriors put points on the board first, and they are going to that full-court trap here, Coach.
Yeah, that's why I said they got to learn. They got to take care of the basketball if they want to get off to a good start here. And
there's
struggling
another
right now.
one, another turnover, miscommunication with the point guard, Sable George, trying to find a Lady Viking, and they just weren't on the same page. The ball goes sailing out of bounds, and the Warriors have possession. This is number 3, Candace Croft with the ball top of the key. The Lady Vikings are in a zone defense. We're right in action here on KVB's WKVI. Candace Croft kicks it over. Far side, this is Piper Link. Then she drives in, nothing there. Back out to Candace Croft. They got it inside. It looks like that was Candace trying to make a move. No good on the shot. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2 here.
The foul was on Sable George. It's her first.
Yes. So Sable picking up her first foul of the night, and Candace Croft goes to the line. The first free throw's up away, and that looked like a good free throw. Nothing but net.
The wrist looks pretty good from here.
That does look pretty good. So 3-0 here as the second free throw from Candace Croft. On the way, swish as the North White side made noise. It didn't matter to her. She made it count. And full court press is on. The Vikings beat it and pushing it forward on the other side of the court. It's number 11, Kaylin Applegate. Back up top to Sable George. George finds it over to Morgan Carter. She's at the volleyball line, driving in. Picks up her dribble, cross court, back to George. Now inside. Nice dump off pass to
good.
Autumn Reif. And she gets the and one to go as she's fouled. So she'll have an opportunity for a 3-point play, as it looks like the foul was on Candace Croft.
Yep.
So that's her first of the night. And here's the 3-point opportunity from Autumn Reif. She makes it count. So right away, 4-3, the Lady Vikings are in it. And they are somewhat in a little pressure, full court pressure here as they back off and let the Lady Warriors cross the timeline. Now over to the far corner, back up top, Croft for 3. No good, hit some rim and rebounded by 32, Autumn Reif, and here come the Lady Vikings. 6:20 to go. The Lady Warriors lead by 1, 4-3 here in the first quarter. Kicking back over. This is number 4 for the Lady Vikings, Morgan Carter. She dumps it off inside to Reif, and it just dribbled off her foot for the 4th turnover of the first quarter for the Lady Vikings. Boy, that's going to add up if that keeps happening, Coach.
Well, that pressure, Coach Stasiak does a good job of teaching that full court press, and they're doing a real nice job of it right now.
Lady Warriors tried to beat the full court press, a scrap for the ball down on the floor, and it is a jump ball. It'll stay here. So no turnover for the Warriors there. They get to keep possession on their end of the floor. Luckily, they almost lost it there. So an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket. Lady Vikings staying in a 2-3. They kick it out to the corner. Now up top, big-time 3 from Sadie Popejoy. No good. Rebounded by number 20, Maddie Westerhouse. Here come the Lady Vikings now. Under 6 minutes. Pushing it forward into the corner. Number 11, Kaylin Applegate. Back up top to Sable George. Now inside. This is Autumn Reif. She tried to find Morgan Carter, but it was tipped out of bounds by a Lady Warrior. They're doing a good job of those lanes.
They are. They're got their hands active. They're actually doing a lot of good talking, and they're doing a nice job doing exactly what Coach wants.
So the Lady Vikings kick it back court and bring it across half court. Here is inside to Reif. Back out to the corner from 14, number 20, Maddie Westerhouse. No good, overshot it. They get another opportunity as here's a big-time 3 on the way from Morgan Carter. Extended wing, no good. Rebound by the Lady Vikings. This is their second opportunity on this possession here. Third, actually, as it goes out of bounds. The Lady Warriors are all over the place. It'll stay here, though, Lady Viking ball. They get it up top to Sable George. She's at the volleyball line. Lady Warriors in a 2-3 here. Cross court. This is Kaylin Applegate. Now she cross court. Pass over to number 4, Morgan Carter, who had a nice little move up and under to get the layup. And now the Lady Vikings take the lead, 5-4, and the Lady Warriors beat the full court press to the corner. Lily Bennett from 13. She cashes in, and we have a timeout on the floor. It looks like it's a 30-second timeout, as today's broadcast is brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on KVB's WKVI. Today's game is also brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winamac, serving Pulaski County for 44 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard or Dean. We thank them for supporting local high school sports. Under 5 minutes here, the Warriors and Lady Vikings are trading baskets, Coach.
Yeah, that's a good timeout because, like I said in the beginning, they had to take care of the basketball. They've had 5 turnovers, but the thing is they're still 6-5. They've done a good job once they've got opportunity to get the shots off.
So full court press from the Lady Warriors. Vikings trying to get it in. They do. This is number 21, Sable George, who threw it away for another turnover. The Lady Warriors have the ball. It's Candace Croft back up top to Lily Bennett. Over to Maggie Smith. Big time 3 on the way! Splash! Big time shot for Maggie Smith. 9-5. The Lady Warriors push forward. As here's the full court press. The Lady Vikings, oh my goodness, it's a jump ball. So it'll stay here, Lady Vikings, no turnover, but my goodness, the Lady Warriors are all over the place tonight. So sideline out of bounds play for the Vikings. They kick it back court to Sable George, who brings it across the timeline. Now she has the ball over to Maddie Westerhouse, and she loses it right out of her hands for another turnover. That's the story here in the first quarter for them.
I think that's her 7th turnover.
So bringing it across the timeline is Candace Croft. She has the ball over to Maggie Smith. Maggie inside, Lily Bennett. Now back over to Croft. 3 on the way. Splash! Big time 3 from Candace Croft, and the lid has been popped here in Winamac as another steal by the Lady Warriors. They have it to Maggie Smith in the far corner. Back up to Croft. Croft fakes the shot, now drives around. Over to Sadie Popejoy. She pops it from 16. No good. Rebounded Maggie Smith. She tried to throw it off a Lady Viking leg, but it didn't work, and it was last touched by a Warrior, so it'll be Viking ball here. That might be the first turnover for Winamac this evening.
Yeah, you're keeping turnovers.
Yeah, I know. And another turnover for the Lady Vikings as they try to get it in. That full court pressure is really wreaking havoc right now. So the Lady Warriors kick it in to Maggie Smith. She finds number 12, Sadie Popejoy for 3. My goodness, 3 threes in a row for the Winamac Lady Warriors. It's a 10-point lead, 15-5. And then another turnover for the Lady Vikings.
Raining threes here tonight.
Raining threes as the full court pressure is on from the Lady Vikings. Dribbled off the foot, kick picked up by number 21. That was Sable George off the turnover, and it is a foul now.
On Piper Link, that's her first.
Piper Link. So sideline out of bounds play for the North White Lady Vikings. They kick it back court to Morgan Carter. Carter to bring it across the timeline. She finds Sable George. Here comes help from Maggie Smith. Now back over to Maddie Westerhouse. Westerhouse finds it to Morgan Carter in the corner, who drived baseline, and now there's ladies on the floor. It looks like, was it a jump ball call? So another turnover for the Lady Vikings. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff. Justin, what'd you hear of that last time out?
Coach Hamlick from the North White Vikings, he just going over and over, we have to calm down. We're making bad passes. And he also, I stick my big ear in there, I heard him say that we've seen defenses like this before. We just need to calm down, make good passes. Well, Maggie, I'm sorry, Popejoy just nailed another 3.
Yeah.
This Winamac team is just firing all cylinders right now.
Sadie Popejoy with a big-time splash for another 3, 18-5, and another steal for the Lady Warriors. As here is Candace Croft to bring it across the timeline. That's our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff, helping us out. Is now Lily Bennett from 15 in the corner. No good. Rebounded down low.
North White.
And it's out on the Lady Warriors trying to save the ball. So it was last touched by the Warriors. It will be Lady Viking ball here. 18-5. The Lady Warriors really popped off here. 2:44 to go in the first quarter. They get it in to Rife. Autumn Rife. She picks up her dribble and finds Maddie Westerhouse crossing the timeline. Picks up her dribble. Kicks it over to Sable George. Now into the corner for Morgan Carter for 3. No good. Rebounded Lily Bennett. Back to Candace Croft. Croft now crossing the timeline. That's a tongue twister. Over to Maggie Smith. Smith, nice drive inside, pops it for 14, and she kisses the glass. Little bank shot action, 20-5. The Lady Warriors are in control here. Still on that full court press, Coach. Boy, they are in good shape, too. They've got a lot of cross-country runners, and Maggie Smith being one of them.
The problem they're having right now is they've got to get the ball to the middle of the floor. They keep trying to go up the sideline, and it's killing them. They're getting double-teamed.
Another steal by the Warriors from the full court press. Candace Croft drives inside, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded Lady Vikings, and the Lady Warriors back off here. 20-5, 1:50 to go in the opening quarter. The Winamac Lady Warriors are hosting the North White Lady Vikings. Back up top, this is Morgan Carter. Carter pops a three after a hezzy, no good. Rebounded Lily Bennett, and here comes Maggie Smith. Smith brings it back out, hits it over to number 12, Sadie Popejoy. Now finds it over to Candace Croft. Inside, stolen by the Lady Vikings, and here they come. Pushing it forward. It's number 21, Sable George. Number 20, Maddie Westerhouse, who then finds Morgan Carter, top of the key. Now back over to Carter, stolen by Croft. And then she threw it right back to the Lady Vikings. That was an interesting situation there. So they get it inside to Rife, and then there was a whistle. What'd you see?
I was looking down.
I was looking down,
that's
too.
Candace Croft's fifth steal so far in this first quarter.
My goodness. And it looks like Lily Bennett is going to check out, and Brody Goodman will check in for the Lady Warriors as they are defending an out-of-bounds play underneath the Lady Vikings basket. Big-time three on the way. Number 21, Sable George, no good. Rebounded Lady Warriors. Here they come, pushing it forward to Maggie Smith. She has the ball, extended wing, back up top to Candace Croft. Then over to number 12, Sadie Popejoy for three. No good. They cooled off. Rebounded by Kaylin Applegate. And here's the last 50 seconds of the first quarter. Sable George has the ball back over to Morgan Carter, who then skip pass over to Kaylin Applegate. Tried to get it inside. Another turnover for the Lady Vikings, and here come the Warriors. It's Maggie Smith driving baseline, puts up a left-handed layup. No good. Fight for the rebound on the floor. It stops the clock at 30.9, and the possession arrow is in favor of Lady Vikings.
Tell you what,
is that a turnover?
Well, I call them a turnover. Anytime you lose possession of the jump ball, then
off the shot, fighting for the rebound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still down there. So out of bounds, full court press. The Lady Vikings getting in. It's Autumn Rife. She gets it to the middle. Now dumps off to number 11. That was Kaylin Applegate. Puts up the layup. No good. Rebounded Rife. Puts that up. No good, and she's fouled. So she'll go to the line. We'll see who the foul is on. It is on number 4.
Goodman.
Brody Goodman, her first of the night. Rife will go to the line here. It's 20-5 as the Winamac Lady Warriors lead with 20.7 seconds to go in the first. Rife's first of 2, no good off the front rim. As we thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast, call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. Second free throw up away, no good. Rebounded Maggie Smith, and she gets it to Candace Croft, and Croft back to Smith. Here comes Maggie. She crosses the timeline. She's got the ball. Picks up her dribble, stolen by the Lady Vikings, and here they come. It's number 10, Abigail Tribbett, puts up the right-hand layup, no good. Well defended by Croft, and the Warriors are somehow saving it from going out of bounds, but they don't get a shot to end the first quarter, as that is the end of the first. From Winamac, 20-5, the Lady Warriors lead the Lady Vikings of North White. We're going to take a break. Don't go anywhere, for second quarter action is coming your way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
Affordable Insurance of Knox would like to congratulate the Knox Redskins for becoming regional champions for the first time in their history and wish them good luck at Semi-State. Affordable Insurance of Knox provides superior home, auto, business, or life insurance to suit your needs. With award-winning service and great prices, they give you confidence that you are well protected. Call 574-772-5370 and ask for Val. back at Warrior Gymnasium. 20-5 is Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Terry Minix. And down on the sidelines for a sideline report is our reporter Justin Ruff. What do you have for us?
Be ready for Winamac to do a little 1-3-1 here when they get back on defense. Just speeding up the process again defensively, causing some turnovers like they've been doing.
That's our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff, getting all the access for us as we're back in action to start the second quarter. Maggie Smith pops a three. No good. Fight for the rebound. The Lady Warriors come up with it. Now it finds its way back over to Maggie. She's driving inside, pops up the left-handed layup. No good. Fight for the rebound. It's number 15, Marissa Iverson, the sophomore. She is tall as a sophomore, and she gets the rebound. Couldn't get the putback. She's fouled, and she goes to the line, Coach.
Foul's on Applegate. That's her first.
So Applegate will have one foul on the books tonight in the second quarter, as here is Marissa Iverson, first of two. And she makes it count. 21-5 lead. The Lady Warriors really popped off with those threes there in that first quarter. It kind of widened the lead.
The energy was just coming from their defense. Their defense just got everything going, and I think Coach Stasiak's got to be really, really happy about how things are going right now.
Second free throw on the way. Air ball, but I think one of the Lady Vikings got into the lane there a little earlier, so they're going to give Marissa Iverson a second opportunity. Kind of threw her off, I think. So here is Iverson's second free throw. And it rattles around and goes through. 22-5 here. Full court press still on from the Lady Warriors. Maggie Smith. And, I'll tell you what, Coach, she competed at state for cross country.
Right.
And
She's got energy.
She has the energy. She's in shape. She's ready to go. As an out-of-bounds play, trying to get it in. They finally do. Oh, my goodness. They're going to get trapped in the corner. And Candace Croft, my goodness, all over the place. The hustle of this Winamac Lady Warrior team can't be overstated. They are all over the place tonight. But the jump ball keeps it Lady Vikings. So they are trying to get it in. They push it forward all the way to Sable George. Stolen back by the Lady Warriors. My goodness, inside to number 4. Brody Goodman couldn't get the layup to go. Fight for the rebound. Jump ball called. And it should be Winamac ball this time.
Should be.
It is. So it'll be an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Lady Warriors. Candace Croft to take it out. Here comes some picks. Waiting for the play to develop. Nothing there. She passes up top to Maggie Smith. And Maggie driving around the left side. Finds Croft in the corner for three. Splash! Big-time three for Candace Croft right in the corner of the sweet spot. I love that one. As here the Lady Vikings are trying to get it in to number 11. They do. Kaylin Applegate, and they push it forward to Sable George. She's going to bring it back up top, and now the Lady Vikings have an opportunity. They try to get it inside to Rife, and it's stolen by number 4, Brody Goodman. And here comes Goodman. Stolen back by the Lady Vikings, then stolen back by the Lady Warriors. Inside to Brody Goodman, puts up the layup, no good. Rebounded by Rife. Holy moly, this is crazy. 25-5. 6:40 to go here in the second. I feel crazy this evening. Has into the corner, now back up top, over to Morgan Carter. Let's get my bearings here. Cross-court passes, finds its way back to Morgan Carter. Now she brings it out. Looking into Rife, nothing there. The D is good. Zone defense from the Lady Warriors.
North White's doing a lot of standing right now, not moving very well.
Back over to Carter. Now back over to Sable George. George thought about a three. No, into the corner to Kaylin Applegate. Inside to Autumn Rife. And a push foul called on the post move.
I think they're going to give that to Iverson.
Yeah, and I think head coach Tony Stasiak wanted a travel.
I think they gave it to Piper Lynn.
They are. So that's
her second.
Second foul for Piper Link. Checking in is Kaylin O'Connor, and Link will check out. So out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Lady Vikings. This is Sable George who finds Abigail Tribbett into the corner. Morgan Carter for three. Overshotted and rebounded Candace Croft. Here she comes, bringing it across the timeline. She finds Maggie Smith. Back up to Croft. Cross over to Goodman. Goodman looking inside. She has her player. Nice pass, dump off pass to Marissa Iverson. She turns around for a nice little sweet post move, Coach.
That was nice rotation of the basketball right there. Got a good open look.
So the Lady Vikings still dealing with that Lady Warrior full court press. Looks like they're inching closer to that half court line, and head coach Brian Heimlich calls a full timeout here as he wants to talk things over. Arctic Air of Knox congratulates the Knox Redskins for becoming regional champions for the first time in their history. Arctic Air wishes the Redskins good luck at semi-state. Call 574-806-4804 and ask for Donald. Coach, what are you talking about at this timeout if you're North White?
If you're North White, I think the timeout was called. He's hoping, well, maybe Coach Stasiak will take the press off now, give us a little bit of a breather here. But the whole thing is they've got to get the ball to the middle floor, and then when they do get in their half-court set, they're standing. They got one girl that's trying to flash a little bit, not hard, and you can't just have one going from, rotating the ball, especially as active as Winamac's hands are right now.
I would almost go as far as to say Winamac may be in better shape from what we've seen here in the first half.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, they're definitely he must run them good because they are all over the floor for sure. I mean, I don't, you're keeping the turnovers, but I've got steals, and I've got I think the Croft girl right now has 7 steals alone.
Yeah, I've got North White turnovers right now, 16.
Wow.
16 turnovers here in the first half. We still got 5:30 to go in the second quarter. As let's check in with our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff, and see if he heard anything from that Winamac huddle. What'd you hear, Justin?
Couldn't hear much, but what I heard Stasiak for just a little bit, keep this game above 20. Don't let them get any close or any easy baskets around the basket. Nothing easy for the Vikings as of right now. I guarantee they continue that for the Lady Warriors.
All right. As we are back in action here in the second quarter, it's the Lady Vikings with the ball. We appreciate Justin Ruff getting all the inside information. Stolen. No. Saved by Morgan Carter. Maggie Smith almost had that, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
She is mean.
She's active.
In a good way, of course, when I say that. Morgan Carter fakes, drives around, and she gets a 15-footer to go. So that makes it 27-7, a 20-point ball game for the Lady Warriors. As here's number 12, Sadie Popejoy, finding it over to Maggie Smith. Smith picks up her dribble, finds it over to Brody Goodman. Back up top to Smith. Smith fakes the pass. This Lady Warrior team has improved since we saw them last year, Coach, very much so.
Oh, for sure. And 1 year under Tony, and I think you're going to see some good things by year end.
Missed 3 from Sadie Popejoy, rebounded inside by a Lady Warrior. The putback is no good. The rebound was by Kaylin O'Connor, but Morgan Carter comes up with the miss from O'Connor. So here are the Lady Vikings looking at that zone defense again, standing around, not much motion here. Flashing, but not quite hard enough, like you said, Coach.
Well, and they're standing so far off the three-point. If you get it, you're not going to be able to get a good shot.
And there was a 3 from Sable George, overshot in a fight for the rebound as Brody Goodman got in there. Jump ball called, and that means it stays here. So we're going to see Maggie Smith and Marissa Iverson check out for the Lady Warriors. Lily Bennett will check back in, and we also see Emily Weaver out on the floor for the first time. Out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Lady Vikings. They get it into Autumn Rife at the corner. Up top now, this is back to the corner. Morgan Carter 3 on the way. No good. Rebounded by number 12, Sadie Popejoy, and here come the Winamac Lady Warriors. It's Candace Croft across the timeline. Lady Vikings still in that zone defense. They find it over to Brody Goodman. Goodman. Cross-court pass. Croft fakes the 3, driving inside. Dump-off pass to number 24, Kaylin O'Connor, who got the dump-off and made the 2 points happen. 29-7, 3:40 to go in the first half.
I think Croft got away with a travel in that one.
It was close. Yeah, you're right. As now they get it inside, the Warriors do. Fight for the ball. A little scrappy here. It looks like a foul is going to be called on a Lady Viking, number 32, Autumn Rife. So that's her first of the night. So the Lady Warriors will have possession here. Another turnover for the Lady Vikings, Coach.
Yeah, and it's I think that was one of the keys to the game, take care of the basketball, and they're struggling with it right now. Ooh.
So Brody Goodman brings it across the timeline. She kicks it over to number 12. This is Sadie Popejoy. Back up to Brody. Brody back over to Popejoy. 3 on the way. No good. Rebounded Lily Bennett. The putback is no good. She's fouled from behind. Looked like it may have been on Morgan Carter. We'll see. But Lily will go to the line to shoot 2. It's on 11.
Caitlin Applegate.
So Applegate comes up with the foul. Her second of the night. Team's third. So Lily Bennett at the line. It's been all Lady Warriors
all night.
The Lady Vikings hit that big-time 3 early on where they hit the 3 and they got to the line. If I'm remembering that correctly, they were able to take the 5-4 lead for one possession. That was the last time the Lady Vikings had the lead early on in the first. And since those 3s in the first 5, the Winamac Lady Warriors, they have pulled away strong. They have missed free throw on the second one. That means it's 30-7 the score with 3:10 to go in the first half. Oh, my goodness. The Lady Vikings are going to throw it away. Picked up by the Warriors, and Candace Croft has it. She finds Brody Goodman. Goodman over to number 12. This is Sadie Popejoy. Back to Goodman for 3 on the way. In and out. No good. Rebounded Popejoy. Put back no good. It's blocked by the Lady Vikings, and now a fight for the possession. A foul is called on number 24, Kaylin O'Connor. So that will be her first, and checking out is Brody Goodman. Maggie Smith checking back in, so the Lady Vikings have possession here. Sable George to bring it across the timeline. She kicks it over to Maddie Westerhouse. Inside to Autumn Reif, puts up the shot, and she gets it to go from the low post, 30-9, and here comes Maggie Smith. No full court press now from the Lady Vikings. The Warriors have no problem getting it across half court. And now into the corner. It's number 24, Kaylin O'Connor. Skip past Candace Croft, and it's stolen. Turnover for the Warriors as a big-time steal for number 10, Abigail Tribbett of the Lady Vikings. Finds its way over to Sable George. Now into the corner to Tribbett. Tribbett now inside, back over. This is number 11, Kaylin Applegate. No good on the 3, overshot it, and rebounded by Kaylin O'Connor, and here come the Lady Warriors. It's Maggie Smith. She finds Candace Croft. Croft now crosses the timeline. 1:55 to go, 30-9, big time 3 on the way. Sadie Popejoy, no good. Fight for the rebound, and a foul will be called on number 12 of the Lady Warriors, Sadie Popejoy, as it will be Lady Viking ball.
I think they called that on O'Connor, and that's her second.
So the Vikings get it in. The full court pressure from the Lady Warriors hasn't let up here in the first half. They want this game to be over now. As into the corner, the Lady Vikings have it. Back up top, big time 3 on the way for number 21, Sable George, no good. Rebounded inside by Autumn Reif. She got the rebound, put back no good, but she's fouled by number 15 of the Lady Warriors, Marissa Iverson, the sophomore.
It's her first.
And we've talked about it before. This is a young Lady Warrior team. They have 3 seniors on the team in Piper Link, Maggie Smith, and Mara Holohan, as the first free throw from Autumn Reif is no good. That sophomore, Marissa Iverson, getting a lot of time here in the first half. Very good for her maturation process, as the second free throw is up, away, and good, making it a 20-point ball game, 30-10. A little bit of pressure from the Lady Vikings as the Warriors are going to throw it away, and then touched at the last second were the Lady Vikings.
Missed opportunity there.
Oh, my goodness. So turnover for the Warriors ends up in a turnover for the Vikings, and the Warriors keep possession. They got lucky there. So 1:20 to go here in the first half. Candace Croft with the ball, fakes the pass, drives around over to Maggie Smith, now into the corner. Big time 3 on the way from Sadie Popejoy. Splash, big time 3 in the corner, 33-10, and the pressure is on.
That's her third 3 of the night.
My goodness, Coach, she's on fire. As here crossing the timeline, Sable George, and then she stepped on the line. That is unofficially their 20th turnover in this first half. Definitely a half to forget if you're the North White Vikings.
Yes. Well, the good thing for Winamac, they're getting a lot of opportunity for a lot of kids to play right now. And they're playing well, too.
Yes. So on the other end of the floor, stolen almost. Yes, it is stolen by the Lady Vikings. They tried to get it inside to Marissa Iverson, but no, the Lady Vikings get the ball back. And on the other end of the floor, this is Sable George. Back over. Inside now to Autumn Rife, excuse me. Tried to get it to Morgan Carter, and it slips right through her hands, Coach. It's hard.
Yeah, they got a really good zone there, but the thing is you've got to be able to flash. If you're not going to flash, you're going to have to attack the gaps, and they're just standing on, besides the Rife girl flashing, it's the only one that's moving.
So here are the Lady Warriors at the other end of the floor, and they are going to turn it over. Too hard of a pass for Lily Bennett. It gets out of her hands, and the Lady Vikings are there to pick it up. So here's Sable George on the other end of the floor. It looks like they are going to hold this for one shot to end the first half. Sable George with the ball. Here comes the play. She tries to drive inside. Now there's girls on the floor, and a jump ball is called in favor of the Lady Warriors.
Get the last opportunity here at 9.9 seconds.
So Maggie Smith now with the last shot opportunity. Finds it over to Candace Croft. 5 seconds to go. She gets it inside to Lily Bennett. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Marissa Iverson. Her putback is no good. And that is the end of the first half. 33-10. The Winamac Lady Warriors are taking it to the North White Lady Vikings, as we are going to step away and take a break for the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show is next. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we know while harvest may be wrapping up, the work is not done. Taking care of livestock, maintaining equipment, planning for the next season, and managing financials keeps farmers and farm families busy throughout the holidays. Laying the groundwork for a successful 2024 means next year's laborers will reap higher rewards. I'm Isaac Blue, Ag Banker at First Farmers Bank and Trust. When you're ready to make a plan for next year's financial success, come into our branch in North Judson, Knox, or Culver, or visit ffbt.com to learn more. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Welcome to the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Here's Mitch Columbi.
33-10 is the score here at Warrior Gymnasium in Winamac, Indiana. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. The Lady Warriors in control over the North White Lady Vikings, as this is the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show. They are helping continue this wonderful tradition on KVB's WKVI. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond a call at 574-936-4660. They've been serving the local area since 1936. Let's bring in our sports analyst, Coach Terry Minix. Man, that was tough to watch if you're for North White, but exhilarating to watch if you're the Winamac Warriors, knowing what they had gone through last season. They look completely different.
It's definitely, definitely a different team. Coach Stasiak's done a real good job. These girls are, they're so much improved on both ends of the floor. I mean, they've hit 6 threes so far tonight. I've got, they've got 15 steals. It just, they're doing a little bit of everything. They're, it's not like they're strong, big, strong girls or tall girls. They're quick and very determined young ladies, and they're doing a really, really nice job out there tonight, doing exactly what Coach Stasiak wants.
I mean, he's got to be happy with his performance right now.
Oh, for sure. Like I say, they're shooting the ball pretty well. They've had a couple turnovers that I'm sure he's not happy with because, as coaches, we definitely want to make sure that we want perfection. We don't, we're not going to settle even, go in 33-10. Yeah, he's going to say we're 33-10, but we don't want them to get any closer. We want to end this game early because, like we talk all the time, Mitch, the first 4 minutes of the second half is the most important part. If North White comes out and get 8 or 10 points here, they're kind of right back in it. So you got to make sure you stay your foot on the gas and put them out of their misery.
Yeah, and I think another thing that was interesting was, when you think about last year, they were only able to get 4 wins on the season. Here we are in their 6th game of the year, and they're going to potentially, it looks, as of right now, it looks like they're going to match that amount of wins just in week 3 here. I mean, as a head coach, as Warrior Nation, I'm sure, is watching this team, you got to be a little surprised at that, I think.
Well, I don't know if anybody's really surprised because they were, it's the same kids. They've got, obviously a freshman getting some playing time, but they know what they had, and the kids just kept worked all summer long, and they, like Jason said, Justin said, they're talking about, bought into what Coach was selling, and it's all clicking right now for them, and by looking at them, I think the next 3 years, there's going to be a lot of good things, and something tells me I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say they're probably going to win double digits this year.
It's looking good right now. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff, to see how he saw things from the floor. Justin, it looks like this Winamac Lady Warrior team is a completely different team than last year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're fun. They're really fun to watch, Mitch. And you said, some of these fans out here, they might be surprised. But me, working with them during the summer and last year, you could just see it coming. You saw these girls as just little flowers just getting ready to get bigger and bigger. They're just getting better and better every year. I mean, every week now it looks like. And they're fun to watch. Yeah. I'm just out here just watching because they're really exciting to watch. And, like you said, we're week 3. Yeah. It's just gonna keep getting better and better. They're gonna keep being buy into what Stasiak's doing. And I thought last year they got better throughout the year, and it's just gonna keep getting better and better with these girls here.
Well, the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show continues as we're going to take a break. After it, this word from our sponsors.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Culver's Portside Marina. They can make sure your boat is ready for the winter. If you need help storing or winterizing your watercraft, contact Culver's Portside Marina at 574-842-5000. Stop by and discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surfboats. We appreciate them and their support toward continuing the tradition. Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show continues. 33-10, the Lady Warriors lead the Lady Vikings.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. Zingo Express of Knox is a proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express at Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Express way. Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show coming to a close. 33-10 as the Lady Warriors lead the Lady Vikings, as we're awaiting hopefully a word with head coach Tony Stesiak and our sideline reporter Justin Ruff. He is awaiting. The Lady Warriors are coming out of the locker room. The Lady Vikings just got out a minute ago. As here we go down on the sidelines with our sideline reporter Justin Ruff is head coach of the Lady Warriors, Tony Stesiak.
Coach, you're causing a lot of issues defensively, half court, especially full court. How satisfied and happy you are right now with your defense play?
It's good. It's all right. All right. Yeah, we're getting after it. This is what I thought we could be, but job's not done. We got a lot more to go.
Thanks a lot, Stasiak. Back to you, Mitch.
All right, that's our sideline reporter Justin Ruff getting a little information there from head coach Tony Stesiak. He's all business right now, Coach.
Well, that's the experience that the guy has. I mean, he understands it. You don't win a game at halftime.
No, and he knows there's still work to do. You see him get back in the huddle, and he's telling his girls exactly what he wants to see. I think he wants to see more pressure. I think he liked what he saw. I think he's making up for lost time last year. He's wanting to get this thing going.
Just watching these girls, I don't think there's much he has to say the way they're going after it. I mean, they're tenacious. I mean, they really are. On both ends of the floor, and they move the ball share the ball really, really well out there.
Well, we are starting the third quarter, 33-10, a 23-point ball game. How do you begin to start to claw back into this, Coach?
One basket at a time.
That's just it.
They don't have a 23-point basket, so you got to get at 1 point. And the easiest way to get that turned around is with your defensive pressure. I mean, anybody can play that. That's all about heart. Play defense, and then you get run-outs, easy layups. You can get right back into it.
I just realized I forgot to get us water, man. I'm sorry. I'm dying of thirst right now. Sorry, Coach. I usually set us up. As we are getting ready to start the second half, Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Terry Minix, and down on the sidelines is our reporter, Justin Ruff. We appreciate both of them being here. As starting the third quarter, the North White Lady Vikings have possession. It's Sable George to bring it across the timeline.
Going a little man-to-man.
Yeah, the Lady Warriors switching things up here. So here's George driving baseline, stolen by number 12, Sadie Pope-Joy. And here come the Lady Warriors. Pope-Joy brings it across half court. Now finds number 1. This is Piper Link. Puts up a shot, no good. Fight for the rebound. Last touched by the Vikings. So it'll be an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Warriors.
And the Vikings going to stay in that patent 2-3.
So picks, which doesn't matter on his own. Up top now, back to Lily Bennett. Over to Maggie Smith, who pops it from the right elbow. No good, too hard, fight for the rebound. And Sable George comes up with it. I always thought it was so hard to do an out-of-bounds play when the other team was in zone. You're like, well, we're trying to run this play where I'm supposed to pick you.
Well, that's the hardest thing to teach a kid, how to use a screen and how to set a screen.
So out of the out-of-bounds play, a big-time three from Sadie Pope-Joy is no good. Rebounded Lady Vikings, and Autumn Reif brings it across half court. She has an open lane, puts up the right-handed layup, and she gets it to go. 33-12, 7:12 to go in the third. The Lady Warriors are in control and looking very, very good here. Dump off pass to Piper Link, who gets the layup to go. Nice little play. Piper Link made it happen with the assist going to her. So here's the Lady Vikings. Sable George with the ball, picks up her dribble, finds it over to Kaylin Applegate. Applegate now back over to Maddie Westerhouse. Westerhouse driving around Sadie Pope-Joy, runs into a double team, picks up her dribble, back over to Kaylin Applegate, who then finds Sable George, top of the key at the volleyball line. She brings it out. They're going to reset here. Lady Warriors in that man-to-man. George picks up her dribble over to Morgan Carter. Drives around, pops it from 16. Too hard, fight for the rebound. Sadie Pope-Joy comes up with it, and then she throws it away.
I think the Vikings, they're going against a man right now, but they need to spread the floor out a little bit. They've had a number of times where they've had 4 people on one side of the floor. I mean, it's not tough. You can have 3 people guarding the 4 on one side of the floor.
The Lady Vikings get it in on the sideline, out of bounds play, and pop it back up top. Oh, no, and they threw it away.
Unforced turnovers.
Sable George tried to get it over to Maddie Westerhouse, and it goes right through her hands for another turnover. And Westerhouse will check out. Abigail Tribbitt will check in. So here come the Lady Warriors now with the ball. It's Maggie Smith. Oh, my goodness. Turnover for the Lady Vikings, and then a turnover back for the Lady Warriors. So they have the ball now. Cross court. This is Pope Joy for three. No good. Fight for the rebound. And Candace Croft comes up with it, finds Maggie Smith back at the top of the key. The Lady Vikings in that zone. Back over to Croft, extended wing on the far side of the court. She's in the corner, now finds Piper Link, back to Maggie Smith. Cross court to Sadie Popejoy, now into the corner to Lily Bennett. Inside, nice little double move by Piper Link. She couldn't get it to go, but she gets fouled, and she will go to the line. I like that post move, Coach.
Number 11. Applegate.
Applegate.
Her third.
Nice little move there by Piper Link. Boy, this team is going to be fun to watch this year, folks. As here's Piper Link popping her first free throw, and she makes it count. They're doing good at the free throw line, too, if my memory's serving me correctly.
It is.
It is.
They were 3 for 4 in the first half.
Yeah, they are doing good. But you know me, I like to see free throws go through. As the second one's up away, and Piper Link makes both of them count, 37-12 with 5:39 to go in the third. Full court press is on from the Lady Warriors. They steal it. It's Candace Croft, puts up the shot, no good. But she's fouled, and she'll go to the line for two.
That's her 9th steal.
Her 9th steal.
Yep.
My goodness. So now Candace Croft at the line. Her first free throw is up away, and it'll rattle around and go right through the net as the Stark County Co-op would like to congratulate the Knox Redskins and the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays on becoming regional champions. The Stark County Co-op is proud to support local high school sports and congratulates the Redskins on becoming regional champions for the first time in their history, and the Blue Jays for becoming three-peat regional champions. They thank them for representing Stark County so well. Second free throw was a miss from Candace Croft. A fight for the rebound. Morgan Carter comes up with it. Then Croft picked her up full court, almost stole it, and it's out of bounds. The Lady Vikings have possession for a sidelines out-of-bound play in front of the Warriors bench. Stolen back by Piper Link on the inbounds pass. My goodness. And here is Sadie Popejoy back to Croft. Cross court to Maggie Smith. She fakes the shot, tries to drive around, keeps her pivot foot. Now back over up top. This is Candace Croft inside to Piper Link. Back out to Sadie Popejoy. Then finds Croft. Three at top of the key on the way. No good. Fight for the rebound. Lily Bennett has it, puts it up, no good. Rebounded Sadie Popejoy, no good. And Autumn Reif comes up with the rebound, and a foul's called on Popejoy. Man. Just when I was getting in a groove, too.
Popejoy, that's her first.
So Sadie's first, and then if they're still picking up full court here, as Morgan Carter's trying to get it in, she finally does to Sable George. Here comes the trap. George gets rid of it. Back to Carter. Now here comes Carter crossing the timeline. She has the ball. Almost lost it in the far corner. She brings it back up top. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third. 38-12, the Lady Warriors lead. Ooh, entry pass to Abigail Tribbitt. Foul on Popejoy. So that's her second now.
Second.
So the Lady Vikings will have a sideline out-of-bounds play here with Popejoy in front.
Another steal
of Abigail Tribbitt, and it was just enough to throw her off as another steal for the Lady Warriors. They push it forward to Lily Bennett. They almost lose it. Back to Candace Croft. They still have possession. Maggie Smith, three in the corner on the way. Splash! Big time three from Maggie Smith. 41-12. The Lady Warriors are running away here. So this is Sable George for the Lady Vikings, bringing it across half court. This game's flown by. Sable George now, Maggie Smith on her. And a whistle now. We'll see what the official calls here.
Number
Piper
one.
Link.
That's her third.
So Piper's third. We'll see Melanie Crawford check in for the Lady Vikings and Abigail Tribbett check out. We'll also see Marissa Iverson check in for Lily Bennett and the Lady Warriors. She couldn't believe that was a foul called, as here's an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Warriors. They're back in that zone defense, Coach. As here is back up top, number 21, Sable George pops a three! Splash, big-time three from Sable George, as that brings life to the Lady Vikings just a little bit. As here on the other end of the floor, Sadie Pope-Joy for three! They're trading buckets here in Winamac. 44-15, the Warriors lead.
That's her fourth three.
Fourth? Jeez, Coach, they're on fire tonight. As here's Morgan Carter, cross-court pass to Kaylin Applegate, trying to drive baseline. No, picks up her dribble. Good defense from Candace Croft. Stolen by Maggie Smith. She hits the deck, and now a foul's called. These Lady Warriors are running circles.
Rife?
Yes.
That is her second.
Yes, Autumn Rife with the foul. So here are the Lady Warriors. It's Candace Croft. Back up top to Maggie Smith, who then finds Sadie Pope-Joy. Lady Vikings in the zone. Croft fakes the three inside. Marissa Iverson from 14 at the right elbow. No good, and rebounded Autumn Rife for the Vikings. It's Sable George, the junior. 5'5" with the ball, kicks it over to Kaylin Applegate. Back to George, inside to Rife. Rife back out to Applegate, who then finds George, top of the key. Maggie Smith on her. It's a zone still from the Warriors. Inside to Rife. She's at the foul line. Back up top to Kaylin Applegate, and they tried to get it to the corner to Morgan Carter, and they threw it away again.
Another unforced turnover.
Checking in for the Warriors is number 24, Kaylin O'Connor, as well as Brody Goodman. Number 12, Sadie Pope-Joy, and number 5, Lily Bennett will check out for the Lady Warriors. Vikings switch to a man here. Man-to-man from the Vikings, as here is Candace Croft. Tries to get it inside. Marissa Iverson, post play, turns around, shot, no good. Rebounded Lady Vikings. Good defense from number 11, Kaylin Applegate, and here comes North White. 44-15, folks. The Lady Warriors are in complete control. As there is another turnover, Coach. 30, unofficially. 30 unofficial turnovers for the North White Lady Vikings is what I have them as. And the Winamac Lady Warriors, I have them unofficially at 15. So they've turned the ball over quite a bit too, Coach.
I'm sure more than what Coach Stasiak wants. But
especially.
Yep.
So here is Candace Croft driving inside. Nothing there. Pulls it back out. Oh, they throw it away. Picked up by Autumn Rife. And here come the Lady Vikings. Stolen back by Brody Goodman. Stolen back by the Lady Vikings. My goodness. Inside, puts up the layup, no good. Rebounded by number 21, Sable George, back up top, then finds George in the corner. Inside to Autumn Rife. The Lady Warriors know they want to get it into Rife. They're doubling down there.
Iverson?
Yeah, Marissa Iverson. I think that's her second. Yeah. So out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the North White Lady Vikings. Thrown away. Maggie Smith comes up with it. Here we go, coast to coast. Picks up her dribble. Back up top to Brody Goodman. Now finds Maggie Smith. Back to Goodman. Three on the way. Extended wing. No good. Rebounded inside by Kaylin O'Connor. And she gets the and one to go. Big time play by Kaylin O'Connor. Perfect position as she blocked out the person she was defending there and made it happen. That's the kind of and one opportunities you want to see. So O'Connor at the line for the three-point play. Couldn't make it happen. Fight for the rebound. The Lady Warriors come up with it. They're going to say jump ball, and it is in favor of North White. And head coach Tony Stasiak is going to call a full timeout here, as this third quarter kind of slowed down a little bit, Coach.
Yeah, well, you know,
when you're settled in.
Yeah, they're not as much as the run and jump trap in full court. You know, when we were doing that, they were a little more exciting getting up down the floor. Now they're kind of back. They played a little man there a little bit and went back into that zone.
Well, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff. Justin.
How's it going, guys? I got a good little stat nugget, if you will. We got Candace Croft, Coach. I think you said that she has 10 steals. If
yes,
that's unofficial stats, of course. The school record is 13, so keep your eyes open for that. 13 steals. That's held by one of the assistant coaches right now, Hall of Famer Stephanie Smith, who's on the bench for the Winamac Warriors.
Wow.
But she's 3 away for tying, at least tying the record, which is pretty cool.
Well, mine's unofficial, though. Let's keep that in mind.
Unofficial.
I'm old, blind, and can't see.
I don't know. He's pretty good, isn't he?
We're hanging on to that 10.
That's our sideline reporter, Justin Ruff. We appreciate him hanging out with us tonight, getting all the inside information. It's a good thing he used to coach here at Winamac. He knows a lot of things history-wise, so we've got him along with us tonight as we'll keep an eye on Croft, a potential record-breaking performance tonight. Another one we're here for. Wouldn't have it any other way. WKVI will always be there, as here's a steal from Brody Goodman. The Lady Warriors pick it up, and here they come, crossing the timeline. It's Candace Croft over to Brody Goodman. Goodman takes the pick, drives inside, pops it from the left elbow. No good, too hard off the glass, and rebounded by number 11, Kaylin Applegate. Almost a fight for the rebound, but the Lady Vikings come up with it under a minute to go here in the third quarter. 46-15, the Lady Warriors in control. To the corner, Autumn Reif almost lost it, picked up by Kaylin Applegate. Applegate over to Sable George. George with the ball, looks at the flashing player, number 42, Melanie Crawford. Tried to get it inside, no, stolen by the Lady Warriors. Here comes Maggie Smith, coast to coast, and she gets the and one. Maggie Smith, all smiles. She is like the Energizer Bunny. She just won't quit, Coach.
Sable, that's her second. Yeah, they're just not quitting. They're, I guess when the fat lady sings at the end, that's when they stop running up and down the floor.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. Knowing this, some of these girls are cross-country runners. They may run some
true.
miles on the way home. Who knows how they... This Maggie Smith takes running pretty seriously. Had a chance to talk with her. Of course, she was our Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week a few weeks ago. And she loves to run. And she's proven it tonight. She doesn't look winded at all.
No,
it's so funny.
No. We're winded just televising or announcing the games up here.
Yeah, I know, exactly. She missed the second free throw, so it keeps it 49-15. Under 15 seconds to go here in the third, and another turnover for the Vikings. My goodness. And the Warriors pick it up. It's Candace Croft crossing the timeline, driving inside, dumps off to Kaylin O'Connor. No good. Rebounded almost by Marissa Iverson, but that will be the end of the third quarter. 49-15. The Winamac Lady Warriors are in complete control. We're taking a break and coming back for the fourth quarter.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we know while harvest may be wrapping up, the work is not done. Taking care of livestock, maintaining equipment, planning for the next season, and managing financials keeps farmers and farm families busy throughout the holidays. Laying the groundwork for a successful 2024 means next year's laborers will reap higher rewards. I'm Isaac Blue, Ag Banker at First Farmers Bank and Trust. When you're ready to make a plan for next year's financial success, come into our branch in North Judson, Knox, or Culver, or visit ffbt.com to learn more. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Back at Warrior Gymnasium, Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Terry Minix and sideline reporter Justin Ruff. We go to the fourth quarter. 49-15, the Winamac Lady Warriors lead, as we have sideline reporter Justin Ruff with athletic director of Winamac, Warrior Nation, Brian Leverins down on the sideline. Justin.
Hey, thanks, Mitch. I'm here with Mr. Leverins, athletic director. Leverins, you saw this team last year, very young, with first year under Coach Stasiak. This year, year two, compare the two teams. How different are they from last year?
I think the biggest difference
from this year's team to last is just how comfortable they are now is just how comfortable they are now with Coach Stasiak and his system. They're just playing it so much faster, so much more aggressive. Their decision-making is 100 times better just because, I mean, they've had that full off-season, full season, now pre-season. Girls are, they're really playing well together. I can't really wait until, the end of the year where I think we're going to be playing even better, which is crazy because right now, I mean, the way we're playing is so fast, so comfortable.
Yeah.
Our girls team's really fun to watch.
They're fun. They're fun to watch. Hey, thanks, Leverance. Back to you, Mitch.
All right, that's sideline reporter Justin Ruff with athletic director Brian Leverance of the Winamac Warriors. To start the fourth quarter, the Lady Warriors had an opportunity. They couldn't make it happen. The Lady Vikings have the ball, and now with possession, they're on the other side of the floor. Kicked ball by Candace Croft goes out of bounds. It'll stay here for Lady Vikings. Yeah, I think athletic director Brian Leverance is seeing what we're seeing. It's just night and day difference. They're putting work in, and it's obvious that Coach Stasiak, I think is how he pronounced it. I hope
Stasiak, that's how
Stasiak. Sorry, I've been mispronouncing Coach's name for a while now, as here's a big-time three in the corner from Morgan Carter, rebounded by Sadie Popejoy, and here come the Lady Warriors crossing the timeline. She has the ball, driving baseline, picks up her dribble and travels to drag that pivot foot. But, yeah, I think everyone knows right now, here early on in the going, this is going to be a fun season for the Lady Warriors.
Well, the thing in this game is they've allowed 5 points in each of the first three quarters. So, maybe Coach Stasiak is going to challenge them, say, nothing over 5 in this quarter.
Right? What challenges can Coach come up with now with this big of a lead? It's, how do you keep your girls focused? But you look at the bench, you look out there on the floor, these Lady Warriors, and she did travel. So another turnover for the Lady Vikings of North White. We'll see Maggie Smith check in and Brody Goodman check out. But, yeah, you see the intensity of the bench. Everyone's standing up. When someone is checked out, it looks like this is a cohesive unit here.
Well, there's a lot of them, like say, getting a lot of opportunity tonight.
Yes, they are. As here's the Lady Warriors getting it inside to Maggie Smith. Almost lost it, but Popejoy comes up with it. Back to Piper Link. Popejoy into the corner to Lily Bennett. Back up top to Croft. Fakes the three, drives inside. No good. Could have been called for a travel, but it wasn't. She comes up with her own rebound, brings it back up top. Extended wing, now into the corner. She finds Piper Link driving inside. No good. Fight for her own rebound. She comes up with it. The putback is no good. And Autumn Reif comes up with it for the Lady Vikings of North White.
She's been kind of the bright spot for them tonight.
Yep, absolutely. And another kick. Maggie Smith.
She's everywhere.
She is everywhere. And she just gets up smiling.
Yep.
She's just like, yep, that's what I do.
Yep. Want to run?
Yeah. You want to run? I mean, she just has so much energy, Coach. And she's out there smiling while she's doing it.
I'd be smiling right now, too, 49-15.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's a deep two from number 22, Katie Westerhouse. No good. Rebounded Lady Warriors, 49-15. 5:50 to go in the fourth. It's been all Warriors. Candace Croft drives inside, pops it from 13. No good. Fight for the rebound, and Autumn Reif comes up with it. And then she tried to find Morgan Carter, and right at the last second, Morgan turned her head. Didn't see the pass coming, and it bounces right off her heel out of bounds. Another turnover, Coach.
Kind of unforced again.
Man. So an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Winamac Lady Warriors. They kick it up top. This is Lily Bennett. Picks up her dribble over to Maggie Smith. Smith now inside. Piper Link. Yeah, she did. She moved too soon on the post move, and a travel is called. Another turnover. So the Lady Warriors getting a little lackadaisical here in the fourth. Sable George brings it across half court. Maggie Smith on her. The Lady Warriors still in that zone as they try to get it into the corner to Morgan Carter. It hits the foot of Candace Croft and goes out of bounds, so it'll stay here for a sideline out of bounds play in front of their own bench for the Lady Vikings. They kick it up top to Sable George. George pulls it back out. Now cross-court pass to Kaylin Applegate. Applegate back to George. Thought about a three. No, Maggie Smith was there. Into the corner to Morgan Carter. No good for three. Rebounded by... It's a fight for it. and they are going to call jump ball. The possession arrow is in favor of the Lady Warriors. It's been a tough night for North White.
Oh, yeah.
So Croft to bring it across half court. She finds Maggie Smith. She gets it over to Sadie Popejoy. Back up top, Maggie Smith over to Candace Croft looking inside. Now she drives. No good on the layup. And last touched by a Lady Viking, so it stays here.
I tell you, Candace Croft does a good job with the entry pass and relocating.
Out of bounds play underneath their own basket, finds it to Cadence Croft, fakes the three in the corner, drives around, pops it from 15, no good, and rebounded Lady Vikings, and they almost threw it away again, but they somehow come up with it. My goodness, Kaylin Applegate, it's not that funny, but it's just frustrating if you're a North White fan. It's like, guys, come on, let's do this. As they get it into Autumn Rife, almost lost it, picks it up, back up top to George. George cross court now. Here's number 22 for a deep two is what they call it. Katie Westerhouse, big time swish, making it 49-17 with 4 minutes to go. It's Croft driving inside, back out to Lily Bennett in the corner, up top to Popejoy, now over to Maggie Smith. She's driving baseline, picks up her dribble, spins around, back to Piper Lake. Here's Maggie Smith driving baseline, and they call a travel on her. A little too fast feet there, huh, Coach?
Yeah, if there's one thing that Coach Stasiak, might be a little upset with tonight, it's going to be just too many turnovers, But once you get a big lead, you kind of lose your train of thought and what you're, actually trying to do. So, but as coaches, we want to say anything's perfect, so we're going to find something.
Yeah,
to
you're always going
to
find something.
Trust me.
As here's a deep three from Sable George on the other end of the floor. No good, and it goes out of bounds. So the Lady Warriors have the ball here. Kind of settled in here in the second half. The Lady Warriors have been more taking their time on each possession. As here's up top to Maggie Smith, back over to Candace Croft. Inside, Sadie Popejoy puts up the layup, and she gets it to go. 51-17, Sadie Popejoy makes it count. So here are the Lady Vikings of North White crossing the timeline. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. We're so glad you've joined us. Mitch Columbia along with Terry Minix and Justin Ruff. Inside, this is Kaylin Applegate. Puts up a shot from the post, no good. Rebounded Lily Bennett. And here come the Warriors. It looks like we're going to see the bench cleared for the Lady Warriors. We're going to see several new players check in as the Warriors miss the layup on their side of the floor, rebounded by the Lady Vikings. And here comes North White. It's Sable George finding it over to Katie Westerhouse. Now to the corner to Sable George. Try to get it inside, and another turnover stolen by the Lady Warriors. Sadie Popejoy was there. Lily Bennett now. Up top to Piper Link, who then kicks it over to Candace Croft. Croft crossover, nice move. Now to the corner, Sadie Popejoy overshot the three. Fight for the rebound, Piper Link comes up with it. Second chance opportunity. Lily Bennett back to Maggie Smith. Up top to Candace Croft, fakes left, goes right. Finds it over to Lily Bennett in the far corner. Back up top to Candace Croft. Inside, Piper Link. Piper doubled, and the double team worked. And then a foul on Piper, trying to steal it back from Autumn Rife. As that unofficially, I have 20 turnovers for the Lady Warriors, unofficially. Maybe more, maybe less, but I have counted 20.
Yeah.
We're close. As looks like we're going to see several new players out onto the court for the Lady Warriors, as most of the starters have been checked out with under 2 minutes to go. We see Marissa Iverson, we see Kaylin O'Connor, we see Sierra Wolford, the freshman out there, Brody Goodman, and Mershai Lamer. 2-3 from the Lady Warriors as the Vikings have possession on their side of the floor. It's Morgan Carter with the ball. She finds it over to number 5, Camille Spear. First time checking in just a moment ago. Spear has the ball back up top to Kaylin Applegate. Applegate driving right, looks back left, finds Morgan Carter. Lamer on her. She backs off, and here is Carter. Back over to Spear. Looking inside, nothing there. Picks up her dribble, back to the corner. Morgan Carter, 3 on the way. No good. Spear comes up with the rebound. Now it's a fight for the rebound. And they're going to call it jump ball. It'll stay here, North White basketball. So Spear checking in and making her minutes worthwhile early on here, fighting. Out of bounds play underneath their own basket. They kick it out to number 11, Kaylin Applegate. Applegate back to the corner to Morgan Carter. Pops a 3 on the way. No good. Rebounded by Kaylin O'Connor. And here come the Lady Warriors with 1 minute to go in the ball game. It was a fast-paced affair. Brody Goodman with the ball. She picks up her dribble with Morgan Carter on her. They get it into Marissa Iverson. Nice little post move down low. Puts up the left-hand layup. And Marissa Iverson is going to provide fantastic minutes for the Lady Warriors this season. We can already tell. 45 seconds to go, 53-17. The Lady Warriors are going to win this game in big-time fashion. They are going to tie the amount of wins they had last season with 4 tonight here in just their 6th game of the season. Huge turnaround for the Lady Warriors as another Lady Viking turnover happens on the other end of the floor. The Warriors have the ball. The clock still rolls.
35.
Oh, okay. I did. Yeah, thank you for that. I didn't know that rule. Was that rule? Was that around
not
10
when
years
you were,
ago?
Not when you were around. You're old.
2011 wasn't that long ago. Under 10 seconds, the Warriors are going to hold this. It'll go out of bounds, but that will be the end of the ball game. 53-17. The Lady Warriors matched the amount of wins they had last season here in Game 6 of the 2023-2024 season. It is going to be a much, much different basketball season for the Winamac Lady Warriors. We can already tell as we're going to take a break and come back for the Collins Insurance postgame show. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show.
53-17 is the final here at Winamac Warrior Gymnasium. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. Big-time win for the Winamac Lady Warriors as we bring in our sports analyst, Coach Terry Minix. What'd you see out of the court you liked from the Warriors?
They're good.
They are.
They're a really, really improved team. The thing is, they're a very balanced team. I mean, they didn't have anybody that you said that, we stop her and we can stop them. It's one of them, they're balanced, their bench. I mean, they played, for the most part, 8 players there. They're just very much improved. Like I said earlier, I think you're definitely going to see double-digit wins, and they're going to be a sectional contender.
I think so, too. I think that compared to the last game we watched them, of course they were all away games last year. We weren't able to get a home game here at Winamac last season. But compared to last year, I mean, let's ask our sideline reporter Justin Ruff what he saw out there. Justin, I know you were part of the coaching staff last year on the JV side of things. I mean, what did you see out there?
Just full of energy, Mitch. I mean, I just feel like they're so engaged with what Stasiak's, feeding them, and they're acting like they're really enjoying just playing the game of basketball, and that's really what we tried to do last year. And also teaching them the game, teaching them what Stasiak wants, but they're looking like, they're having fun and doing what they need to do to get a victory.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be a very, very productive year for the Winamac Lady Warriors. I really do.
And the thing is with players where you get 4 wins last year, I think he's got the mindset in them that says, we expect to win. And that's what just watching them. I mean, obviously this is the first time I've seen them this year, but it's the whole thing is just changing the mindset. We won't settle for losses. We plan on winning, and that's the way it looked out there tonight.
It.
Yeah, that's the way it looked tonight. So I was very, very impressed, and it doesn't surprise me because of Coach Stasiak. He does a great job. So, like I said, the big thing is they're very balanced. You can't key on one person. They've got a lot of shooters. They've got just full of energy. If there was one disappointment that, like I said earlier, that Stasiak's going to be complaining about is probably the 20 turnovers or whatever they had. But I guess when you win by 35, you got to have something to complain about.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, the Lady Warriors had unofficially 20 turnovers, and then the Northwide Lady Vikings 40. I had unofficially as 40 turnovers for the Northwide Lady Vikings. As I think head coach Tony Stasiak is making his way over to us to have a quick word. We'll see what he thought of tonight's action, as it was a huge, dominating performance. I mean, Coach, we've already said it several times this evening. That was a completely different team than we saw last year, and you can tell the work has been put in. We talked with Athletic Director Brian Leverns at some point on the sideline. He was impressed with the growth that you guys have had. What are you seeing out on the floor? Coach always says the coaches are looking for something to complain about, but was there anything out there you were happy with that you're seeing anything right now?
Let's see. I was a little concerned. I thought we let 32 get going a little bit. I thought our post players let 32 for North White be a little more aggressive than we were at halftime, but that was a nitpick, to be honest.
Well, I mean, you had each quarter they scored 5 points,
right?
And then you locked them down a little bit, and they scored 2. Yeah. So. If, like I told him, if you're going to complain about anything, it's going to be probably like the 20 turnovers, and just one of them things they got going a little faster and got excited.
I'm hopeful that first half was a half you can appreciate, because that reminded me of.
That was good.
That was a
lot of running. That was a lot of running, jumping. I really was impressed, and you guys are very, very deep.
Yeah, and I've said how much one of the big reasons I came here was a respect for Coach Swaney in the program, and we'd like to get back to playing that style and making this place a place that people don't want to come or don't enjoy their time very, very much.
They didn't deny.
That first half was about as good as we could, and we've been getting better. And the second half, we have to play at their pace. We're not going to grind it into anybody, especially with us playing Saturday. So we had to play at their pace, which I told the girls that's fine. We're going to have to grind out some games anyways, and we got to work on some different things. Got to work on our man defense a little bit. They played man, and teams haven't played much man here against us lately. So we got to work on things offensively and defensively with a short turnaround for Saturday. I think it was kind of a practice on the floor, but we handled it well. I don't think they worried about the score. They just kept playing, and that's credit to them.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. You played a little bit of man there in the third quarter. Is that something you're working on? Because primarily you're running, a 1-3-1 or a different zones, and obviously it's easier to trap out of that. But so you're working on that man-to-man a little bit, just to have in your back pocket.
Yeah, because there's going to be some times we might have to, Caston. We had to go man at the end there, and we hadn't worked on it much, and that's not an easy team to play man against, but. You never know, right? You just want to give. Plus, you want to give teams something else to work on that are scouting you too.
Exactly.
You want to say, hey, we might have to work on this, and we got athletes, and our man isn't a sagging man. We still want to get up in the passing lanes and try to hunt some turnovers. So it was good, and like I said, we'll do whatever it takes to win, whatever styles, hopefully fast, physical, tough, and together. But in terms of the X's and O's, it's just nice to have some options and go to some different things. And then, like we said, have some options on the bench because we ran some different lineups in there, and pretty much everybody played well.
We haven't seen all of our area teams yet this season, but from what I have seen from the 2 other teams we've watched, you guys are in amazing shape. And I know you've got some cross-country runners. One of them being Maggie Smith.
Yeah.
I said it. She's like the Energizer Bunny out there.
Yeah.
You're up about 30 points almost at one point, and she's still diving on the floor and has all this energy. And then she's got a smile on her face the whole time. I mean, when you guys come into the start of the season at this good a shape, I can imagine you like that.
Yeah, because you know what Smith and Croft and Popejoy particularly get is sometimes you don't have to get up in their grill to have pressure on them. Sometimes it's that pressure a couple steps away and being able to leap and deflect. That's the pressure that really bothers you, right? Because then you can force those lazy passes, and then teammates are picking them off. So, you know, we're trying to get in, get up and down, and hunt turnovers and play fast tempo. And you know, we have the ability. They don't get tired, but we've got options off the bench, and we feel like we can go about 10 deep if we need to, and not lose a whole lot. So, I think we are in shape. Credit to Coach Bennett and the cross-country program for helping with that. But even the ones that aren't in, they work really hard in practice because they know it's competition for minutes too.
Yeah.
So you got to be ready to go when you come in, or somebody else is waiting to take your time.
Well, I think they do a really good job of understanding, you know, when they are trapping, that the steal is off the ball. I mean, you guys play aggressive, but they're not getting the dumb fouls where they're slapping and grabbing once they have them trapped. And they do, like I say, do a good job of rotating and understanding that the steal is off the ball.
Yeah, thanks. And, you know, we've played 3 games a week for the last 2 weeks, right? Still got one more coming up on Saturday. So practice time has been limited, so we're kind of learning on the fly. Like early on, the traps, they were a lot of body stuff.
Yeah.
But when you're tired in the game, you got to focus to fight through some stuff.
Right.
And then, you know, when we can get through this stretch and get some rest, you know, we got a week off between Saturday at Manchester and the following Saturday at Rochester. Like, we can kind of re-energize, re-up a little bit, and then the schedule slows down. But, you know, we got the team that can handle this schedule, and then we get some practice time. And, you know, it's a long way to go. I know we're excited, and you know, I appreciate everybody likes what we're doing, but we're trying to stay hungry and humble and keep grinding it out because we remember what last year's like. We don't take winning for granted, but sure feels nice to say here we are before Thanksgiving, and we've already equaled last year's win total. And you just feel great for the kids because they hung in there so well last year, and they didn't hang their heads like a 4-20 team. They bought into what we were doing, and it was, you know, I credit those seniors last year because, you know, a senior that goes through a 4-20 team, if it's easy for them to not buy in, but they did, and it led everybody else to kind of follow their lead. And you know, I hope, you know, I saw a couple of them here tonight, so I hope they understand they're a big part of this because they set the foundation. Right. And now, you know, a year's experience and a year in the off season makes a big difference. They understand the standard and the expectation, and that's a huge difference.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming up and talking to us. It means a lot, and we were glad we got to see you early on in the season. Congratulations on
Told
becoming...
you last year was our job to give you guys a reason to come back out.
And we did.
Oh, so we're working on it.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun to watch, and I think that your fans are going to get a good play of basketball.
They're going to want to come out to see you guys.
And tonight's a split crowd, right? The boys had a scrimmage in Mechanical, so that boys team would be here. Some of their parents would be here, but we're still appreciative of who came out.
Sure.
And, hopefully there's more of them, and they listen to you guys on the radio and come into the gym.
All right. They keep playing like that with that energy. Just the energy. I mean, that's what I love.
I could barely keep up. That was hard to keep up. Well, Coach, thanks a lot.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah, good to see you.
4-2 through the first 6 games.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Coach. As that is head coach of the Winamac Lady Warriors, Tony Stasiak. As Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack provides all your printing, screen printing, apparel, and embroidery needs. Call 574-946-3551 and ask for Tina. We appreciate them and their support toward helping continue the tradition. Collins Insurance post-game show continues. We have our Stark County Co-op play of the game coming your way after this.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere.
Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox.
Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989.
Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op Play of the Game. Let's return to the voice of WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
Big time win for the Winamac Lady Warriors. As let's go ahead and bring her in. Let's bring her in. Sideline reporter Justin Ruff is with the Winamac softball head coach. Justin, who do you have with us here?
I have a softball coach, Belcher, with a banana in her hand. No, she's supporting her Lady Warriors. Belcher, you also saw this team last year. Bunch of games, these Lady Warriors. How much have they improved just from this year and last year?
I have to tell you, I really was surprised the very first time I saw them play. I thought this team has improved so much from last year. They're getting contributions from so many people. It's just really nice to see.
They're fun to watch, right?
Yeah, they're fun to watch. They're working hard. Coach Stasiak has them working hard, and it's a good time.
Looks like you're scouting some players out for the spring.
Scouting players out for the spring? Well, I'm not scouting them out. I know those kids on the basketball team that are going to be with me come springtime, and that's one of the reasons that I come. I want to support them, but I also want to support everybody else on the team too. But we'll be patient. We'll let them get through basketball season. We're not going to rush anything, and then I'll see them in the spring.
All right, that's head coach Jenny Belcher of the Winamac Lady Warriors softball team. They're going to have a brand new softball field here on campus, so I'm sure she's very excited about that. Glad we could get a word in with her. But Coach, what is our Stark County Co-op play of the game in your opinion?
Well, I tell you, if you're a Winamac fan, they had a lot of plays, but one that kind of stuck out to me was in the third quarter. Was 4:24 in that quarter. It was a 3 by Maggie Smith, made the score 41-12. Just kind of put the nail in the coffin at that point. So for that reason, Maggie Smith at the 4:24 mark in the third period with the 3 was play of the game.
Maggie Smith, and she just had the energy tonight as we're going to take a break and come back for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to KVB's WKVI Sports.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Mitch?
Hey, thanks, John. It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson St. Pierre High School, who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now, that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Well, what are you thinking, Coach, for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game?
It's almost you take a dart and throw it up there, and you'd probably hit one of them. But
several of them.
They had several. Candace Croft I had her with 10 steals, and played a nice game. Had her with 9 points. But I just think the one that kind of got them going was Sadie Popejoy, who had 16 points. She had 4 threes. She had 4 rebounds. She did a little bit of everything, and the 4 threes were huge and momentum things. So for that reason, tonight's 5-star player of the game is going to go to Sadie Popejoy.
Congratulations to Sadie Popejoy on being named our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, as KVB's WKVI Sports is back in action tomorrow night, as we will be making the trip to Indianapolis to cover the Knox Redskins taking on the Bishop Chatard Trojans at Semi-State. Myself, along with sports analyst Buzz Schoaf and sideline reporter Justin Ruff, will be going live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central. That's right here on 99.3 FM and streaming throughout the world on WKVI.com. We also remind you to join us each weekend on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and online at WKVI.com. If you missed the Saturday Sports Line, don't worry. We remind you of the Saturday Sports Line replay every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We also invite you to follow us on social media, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter, at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Final word from you tonight, Justin.
Hey, I'm just excited to see how these Warriors will do the next 2 games. That they have to be road warriors, and they travel to Manchester, which is a long ride, but and then they have Rochester. So, there's 2 away games coming up, and we'll see if they, again, have the home Warriors become the road Warriors.
And I'm excited. And I'm excited to have you join us tomorrow for the big-time football broadcast. That'll be fun to have you down on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah, some semi-state football. I'm excited about it. Yeah.
Well, thanks for being here tonight, Justin. It means a lot. As I'll now ask you, Coach, final word from you tonight.
Well, it was just a fun night. It gives us another reason we need to watch this team again. They're just fun to watch, and it's going to be a lot of fun for these fans here in Winamac to watch these girls as they grow and get better and better. That's a scary thing for everybody that's going to play them, that they're getting better and better. So it's going to be fun here in Winamac, that's for sure. I guess one last thing before I go is I really want to say good luck to North Judson and Knox tomorrow night. It would sure be great to be able to, on Thanksgiving weekend, to watch both of them down there, in Indianapolis. So
listen to both of them.
Well, I can watch and listen, believe it or not. I'm old, but I can still do that.
You mute the TV.
Yeah, there you go. Watch and listen. But I want to say best of luck. Bring it home to Stark County. I mean, obviously we don't have football, but I'm a Judson and I'm a Redskin fan this weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. We will be going live tomorrow, as I said, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central here on WKVI for the Knox game. And then for the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jay game, you can catch that on our sister station, our brother station, I should say, Max 98.3 FM with the boss, Tony Ross. They are going live at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. Our final in this one tonight from Warrior Gymnasium, the Winamac Lady Warriors beat the Lady Vikings of North White big time, 53-17. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Sports. For our sports analyst Terry Minix, our sideline reporter Justin Ruff, our in-game announcer John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, NEPCO, Crane and Equipment Services, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5-Star. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Here's the three in the corner on the way! Yes! Yes! Big big-time three at a big-time moment.